Go.
Well, Max, you led England off this morning at 7:30, the first player in the tournament, and not too good conditions this morning. How do you feel about today's play?
7:30 is quite an early tea time, but I actually volunteered for that one. I like playing early, which is you get the first greens and can generally putt pretty good. Conditions very windy. I have to say, it's swirling around in the trees, and towards the end got a little bit of rain, but dealt with it pretty well with my score and felt pretty happy with my game.
Good. Did you feel that you were lucky to get in before the stop of play?
Very, very much so. I sat there in the lunch hall and just thinking that I didn't have to go back out. That lightning storm was a real thriller. That thunder and lightning, I haven't seen anything like it really.
Well, you led the team very well today, Max. Congratulations.
Thanks,
and the best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
And now we hope to show you a few highlights from today.
Well, thank you, Brian. Welcome to brief highlights of the England team on day one of the European Boys Team Championships 2009. The first thing to report following Max's opening round was the thunderstorm that swept across Golf Club de Pin. Greens left unplayable there after torrential rain. This gave everybody the opportunity to leave the golf course and come in for an early lunch, but it certainly tested the catering staff when everybody turned up at the same time.
On the tee from England, Chris Lloyd.
The break in play was around 2 hours. This was Chris Lloyd from the first tee. Chris was England's final man out today. Chris got a good one away on the first, and there's more from him later. Well, following Max was Gloucestershire's Adam Carson. Adam had a good front nine, steady par figures. Let a couple go on the back nine, understandable in the conditions. He eventually had this birdie putt on 18 for a round of 72. That putt just slipped by, but he tapped in for a 73, 2 over par, a score that counted towards England's total. Now Tom Lewis had a mixed bag. Tom started off with 2 birdies. This was followed with a double bogey, but he recorded 6 birdies in total. This was a par putt on 16, that one just slipped by. 17 and 18, very birdieable. This was Tom on the 17th tee. Tom got a good tee shot away, but unfortunately it didn't yield a birdie. His tee shot on 18 found a little bit of trouble. After chipping out from the trees, he played the approach to the green and had this chip shot on the par 5 for birdie. A very tidy chip there. Tom tapping in for a 70, 1 under par score, matching Max Smith earlier in the day. First of the afternoon starters for England was Eddie Pepperell. Now Eddie had been struggling with his swing a little in practice, and this seemed to continue on the front nine. His tee shot on 10 was a little loose and led to another bogey. That was Eddie's approach on 11. And the subsequent birdie putt. It wasn't quite happening for Eddie at that stage, but he turned the corner. The par 3 12th, playing straight into the wind. Players were going in with long irons. This was Eddie's tee shot. Eddie played a great shot there, using the contours at the right hand side of the green to bring the ball close to the pin. and Eddie showed a lot of grit over the final closing holes. He returned par figures on the back 9 for a respectable 73. Good performance. Now John Bell's been playing very well. He got it to 200 at one stage. John bogeyed 15, which didn't do too much damage. And a birdie on the par 5 18th gave him England's third sub-par score of the day. Another 70, which put England in a good position at that stage with a team score of 1 over. And finally Chris Lloyd. We saw Chris off the first. Chris had gone for the 11th in 2. This was his approach from the trees, and that left him a birdie putt of around 15 feet. Great putt there from Chris. That put him back in the reckoning. Chris received the message from Brian at that point that he had to go all guns blazing to try and get to 72, and he played very well in the closing holes, but it wasn't to be. So following the first day's play, England lead on 1 over, closely followed by Sweden in second place on 2 over.